are. Hi.
Sip Happens, Season 2, Episode 9.
We're back.
I didn't have any Knicks gear, so Mets it is. Same color scheme, same city, it counts.
Well, I'm so out of it that the first thing I thought of when I saw that was like, oh my gosh, the Knicks. And then I didn't realize you were wearing a Mets hat, so that shows you where I'm at these days.
I know that the Knicks are in the finals, but I don't know what. I think they won the first game. I don't know when the next game even. I'm not actually actively following this, but it's a very momentous, exciting, historical thing for New York sports fans.
Yeah. I have been following because the San Antonio Spurs are an OpenAI customer, and we have been telling some of their customer stories, and so they were on my radar for that reason. But then also the insanity of, I think, Knicks, the lore, the tickets. We're not part of that bubble. So, I mean, if anything, I'm a Chicago Bulls fan, but it's cool for, I think they haven't been in like the playoffs for like 50 years.
27 years.
I don't know, feels like 50.
Look at you, 50. I think 27. I feel, just because that number is so specific, I feel like that my brain wouldn't make that up. It feels like my brain actually read that somewhere. Who knows?
Life has been wild. This was one of the first weeks where we actually skipped a week of recording because like physically we just couldn't make it happen. And that's rare for us because we usually will squeeze in, even if it's like a 20-minute quickie.
We can find a window somewhere. We couldn't find a window. And it turned into something where it seemed like it was going to be more stressful to try and force a window in our schedules than to say, you know what, we can give ourselves a break.
Give it a minute. But I feel like that's like the season of life that I think we're in. And have so many balls in the air. I had one of my first, I'm not stressed, but I had one of my first, hopefully not as many, like 4:30 a.m. wake ups, and not like, 4:30, let's just wake up and go. But like, I'm up, I'm running. Yeah. I'm not physically running. I should be running. I'm completely off my workout game.
But once you're up, your brain starts moving. Yeah, absolutely.
Just with all of the moving parts in life with work and moving, I'll give you updates there because we haven't even had the time to chat. But anyways, there's a lot going on in the world of our Sip Happens. I had an amazing martini in the city. Thought of you.
So did I.
Said at the Four Seasons.
Separately. We did not have martinis together. We both went separately and had martinis in the city, which is a great place to have martinis.
Yeah, it's iconic. So I was in earlier this week with my team, my OpenAI team, and we needed an iconic spot to grab a celebratory post-event cocktail. And what better in Midtown than the iconic New York Four Seasons, where the nuts and olives and popcorn basically doubles as a meal because they just keep it coming. I mean, just keep it coming. But nothing like a good crisp one.
And you were coming from an iconic venue. I don't even know what the venue was where you had your meeting completely overlooking Central Park. It was stunning.
I know. And
views that you don't typically get to see of Manhattan.
Yes. And so for anyone, so I'm on OpenAI, I work at OpenAI, I do B2B marketing, and we hosted a CEO event for some of our global thought leaders. And the venue that we were at was overlooking Central Park. And even I have seen so many views in my life. I've lived in New York my whole life, but like that view never gets old. It was this unobstructed, gorgeous view overlooking the plaza.
Gorgeous.
It was amazing. So I was camped out there for 2 days for an event, and no problems there. And it's kind of in that Midtown area. But it's been wild.
Your post-event martini, which is fantastic. I didn't know that they did just bottomless snacks. It's like the classy Olive Garden. I love that for you.
Oh,
I'm sure the Four Seasons would love to be compared to the Olive Garden.
That's exactly, same client.
Super different caliber of experience. But we ended up at Hillstone. My husband and I were in the city. We both had different client meetings, and we're conveniently Hillstone was in the middle.
I still haven't been to Hillstone. It's like consistently cited as like one of the best. Like, how have I not been there?
Can I tell you? It's lovely. It's a consistent experience. They have an amazing salad, a delicious burger, always just the exact same meal every single time. It's going to taste the same. It's going to be served the same. They're very just like on it with the whole experience, the F&B side. The hospitality needs a little work. So we were sitting at the bar and we had two friends come to meet us. We were at the corner of the bar. We specifically picked that spot so we'd have a little space because we knew we had two people coming to meet us. They were told they weren't allowed to stand at all near us, that they would have to find, there's only a specific section of the bar that you can stand in. So
you guys were sitting and they were going to come in and like talk. Okay.
They couldn't come and talk to us. Yeah. They couldn't linger. We were told that we'd all have to get up and put our name in for a table. It was just a very off-putting experience. We also had, so my husband and I sat down, had a whole meal. We were there for about an hour before our guests were meeting us and closed out that tab. And then we're like, let's just start a new tab when they come so we can just all get drinks together and be just easier for sharing purposes and splitting purposes. So we then asked for the menu back after we closed out, and the bartender audibly scoffed at us. And we were both like, oh, this is strange. Like, I get that we closed out and you probably thought we were leaving and made plans in your head, but to audibly be like, when we asked to see the menu again. Before our friends even arrived, we were like, oh, this is strange. And I've had experiences in the past where I've gone with kids and they have a strict no stroller policy, which I fully understand restaurants not wanting strollers in the way and taking up space. But they make it very, very uncomfortable to be there with children. Like, they will have people just staring at your table the whole time if your kids are making noise. They will hover around you. If anything happens, I was there once with my niece and she was sliding on the booth and bumped her head. And as soon as she started crying, they came over and said, can we get you anything else? Or are you guys ready to leave? And we were like, nope, we're still enjoying our meal. Very uncomfortable on the hospitality people side of things, but which is a shame because the F&B side is so consistent and so just a well-oiled machine. And I will say it was my first experience having goat cheese stuffed olives in my martini.
Lovely.
Lovely.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see how that is a great alternative to blue cheese.
But now I'm like, I'm going to go somewhere else and get it. It's just, it was a creamy, and so their olives were super snappy, and the goat cheese made it so creamy that it was like this really cool flavor juxtaposition in there. It was lovely. It paired great with the martini. So the martini side, the food side, fantastic. The hospitality side, not a big fan. Please don't scoff at your customers.
And so, Tom, you were in just Maryland this weekend? It was just family get together, just typical thing, or what?
Let me tell you, it was a weekend. So it was my nephew's 9th birthday. So we went to Maryland to visit their family and celebrate with him. But the day of his birthday also happened to be, or the whole weekend, in fact, was also my 20th college reunion in DC.
Oh, tell me more.
So just an hour from we were staying in Maryland with my sister and her family. So we did all the things. We saw all the family, all the friends. I went back to my college campus for the first time in 19 years because my younger sister. Are you still
friends with your college people? I feel like I never heard you.
100%.
Yeah?
There were.
Wait, who are your college friends?
Of 8 of us.
No, you're making it up. No, these aren't.
I know, right? I didn't have any friends in college. No. It was just after college I made friends. They're everywhere, which is the coolest part. So we had Emma's high school. It's you didn't meet them. They weren't in New York anymore. So it was Lisa who was in New York with me. Becca's from college. You know Becca.
I've been texting with Becca.
Oh, fun. Oh. Okay. Becca was not at the reunion. So it was my friends who I lived together with senior year. We lived together throughout the year, throughout college, but senior year, we all lived in a house together. So it was Colleen, Nancy, Katie, you've met her. She was a New York one.
Oh, I mean, I still think they're fake friends.
Anna, Brienne. I mean, we're talking people coming from LA, people coming from Ohio, people coming from Massachusetts. Like we went everywhere, and we came back in DC, and we'd seen each other. The last time we all got together was before all of the kids. It was in 2000. I want to say 2018, 2017. So it's been a while since we all saw each other. So it was great. It was so much fun. It was a reunion, but then it was also family stuff. So it was a very, very busy
Did you do
weekend.
Was it sanctioned activities? You guys just met up at a bar?
No, it started with, and I'm telling you, I gotta chat with Danielle about this, because ever since she's pulled that pivot card for me, it feels like my life has been having to pivot every single day. So we woke up for last Friday. We were supposed
Lindsay.
To get in the car. What did I call her? Danielle?
It was Danielle.
Who's Danielle? Close. Who even is Danielle?
Do you have a new medium? Do you have a new psychic?
That's a dyslexic L&D thing, switching that's so bizarre.
I knew exactly. I was like, wait, does she have a new person? No. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, of course. I just jumped right into the deep end and found a new person. No, so ever since she pulled that pivot card for me, it feels like there have been things popping up in my life where suddenly I've had to be like, okay, we're good. Let's roll with this. Let's just pivot. So we were leaving. We were driving to Maryland last Friday. We woke up and Lucy the night before Lucy, our dog, had chased a bunny outside and dove under someone's house, like running all around. And we let her out because the bunny had been going back and forth in front of our house. And we're like, you know what? If you're taunting the dog, two can play this game. Like, let her out, let her have at it. So we let the dog out. She went to town. She chased the bunny. She came back perfectly fine, just panting, whatever. We didn't notice until a couple hours later that she had a big gash right next to her eye, like barely missed her eye itself. And we're like, oh crap, this doesn't look too good. So it was past the time that we could have gone to our vet, but it didn't seem like it merited like an emergency vet situation. So we were like, let's see what it looks like in the morning. In the morning, woke up immediately. We're like, we should take her to the vet. So took her to the vet. My husband's the one who does that because I can't. It's one of my babies. Like I can't. I got she's you. Just That's a husband job. That's Spencer's job. So he went. They gave her some sedatives. The sedatives didn't quite work the way they wanted to, so they gave her another dose of something higher. They gave her like ketamine and Valium or something, and she reacted very poorly to that. It was a very gruesome thing. Like there was a flap of skin, so they had to it had dried from the night before. So they had to re-scrape all the dried blood off, clean it out, cut off the flap of skin. Like
when you say like she didn't react, like was she high?
No, she was like twitching. Like it did not like it didn't calm her. It made her continue moving and fidgeting. Girl. And so Spencer's like holding her down as much, and this is all hearsay from him reliving it for me. So I'm like, you do that, you go take care of that. I'll get the car all packed up. So as soon as she's done, like thinking it's going to be like a quick fix, we'll be able to just hit the road. So while he's gone, I get in the car to get the car all packed up. The car won't start. Our car is dead. I'm like, this is perfect. This is just fantastic. So we don't know why. Something happened where the battery in the car completely died. I don't know if a kid left a light on or something, but this has happened now twice to us. That last time it was both cars completely died. This time just the one car died. So that's nice. So the car is completely dead while Spencer's dealing with the dog. Then Spencer's like, I don't even know if we can go because they say she has to get the drugs out of her system before she can even go to the kennel. So then we call the kennel and we're like, hey, here's the deal. What's up? Like she's got a cone. She's got to come in. Like we get cones all the time. Bring her in. She's shaking the cone off her head because she hates it. And I'm like, I'm not even going to put the cone on then because it's scraping by the wound on her eye every time she puts it on, off and on, off and on. I'm like, no. So we're just going to let her be. She knows what to do. She's a big girl. She knows not to fuss with her eye. So we go get the car jumped. We give Doodle, which is what we call Lucy, a little while to get the drugs out of her system. We take her to the kennel. They're good. We come back. We load all the kids, all the things into the car from Maryland. Drive the entire family to the mechanic so the mechanic can look at the car and be like, yeah, I guess you're good to drive to Maryland.
Oh my God, you're adding to my agita. I can't.
Right?
Like
Pivot. And we had this whole plan. We were going to get to Maryland, go get crabs on the water, have a very touristy lunch, go to the science center, let the kids run around. We pivoted. The dog's okay now. The car seems to be fine. I don't know. It made it to Maryland and back. We pivoted.
How delicious was your first sip of something on that Saturday night when you arrived in Maryland?
You know what? When we arrived, we were like, we need a dry day. We need to not have anything right now. It is just too chaotic. We just need to like sip some water and chill. And then so the next day was going to DC for the reunion and then my nephew's birthday party. So we knew there was going to be a lot of drinking happening the next day. So we chilled, but it was a lot. I feel like I'm cursed with the pivot now, which is fine.
No, I feel like, you're a good pivoter. I think that's also like why
we did it. We pivoted. We're great.
I just feel like in life though, we're just like easy going. Even I remember like in New York with like plans and stuff. Can't get in here. Can't do that. Let's go here. Let's go there. Like make the best of it.
Literally last night when we tried to do Hillstone and our friend showed up and we're like, hey, we're not allowed to stand here. And so we pivoted then. Yeah. I mean, I feel like pivot is just like a theme of my life, a running theme that happened to be on the card that was pulled for me by my new medium, not Danielle.
Your new medium. I know. Yeah. Mine was Warrior. I think she pulled for me that she shared.
Yeah, she pulled a recent one for us.
And it felt like, I think it's like one of those like things with horoscopes. Like you read your horoscope and you can kind of always try to read into it and believe.
Yeah, you always find a place to make it fit.
But I really do think a lot of the cards that I've been pulling lately have been very specific mirrors to my current state of mind and life, whether it's like warrior, whether it's like growth and change and metamorphosis. I think
Yeah.
there was another one that was about, kind of like you've been coming out of your chrysalis. So it's just like, yeah, this all kind of sounds kind of familiar.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We are in the throes of like the move is now like real. So now I'm starting to kind of like really, really, um, yeah, just like go through it. And so like I'm officially
What
starting
does that mean? The
official
move is real. Like,
the
is
move.
there a
It
date?
just feels well. It just feels more real for me
Okay.
because on like Monday, June 8th, for example, I will be out in San Francisco at OpenAI for like official like meetings where, like onboarding stuff. I've been working obviously with the company for the past few months, but they have a whole new big like onboarding training for FTEs. And that is
So
when it really starts to feel, this is it.
last time we recorded, you were not forthcoming with what the role was or even the company,
Yes.
and now it's official. So you are
Yes. And so
officially
now I
taking a
feel like I
full-time
can,
role.
yes, I feel like I can kind of share this because it's happening on Monday and things have kind of been in motion, but I'm officially taking full-time role, OpenAI. I'm going to head up social advocacy, working within the customer marketing world on
Huge.
our B2B team.
Moving the whole family
Very
cross country
excited.
for this amazing opportunity.
Yes. I would not shake up my life in this capacity if it wasn't for, I think, a lightning in a bottle moment.
Yeah.
The great team, great leader, great manager, and
Just great
it's nice.
industry that is on the cusp of everything.
There's a lot of pros and cons of, within AI and this whole world, but I rather, be in the fray and be in the mix. I choose to be very optimistic about it. And, if anything, I'm having a front row seat to the ins and outs of how the best companies and leaders in the world are leveraging the technology to further their business, how to use it, the whole thing. So, I foreshadow a lot of these conversations over the next couple of months being just part of that transition for us in terms of life, in terms of settling into like Marin. Hopefully we're trying to land a rental there.
If anyone
let's
has
get
any
let's
leads.
get let's get Dr. Becky on here to talk about how you talk to kids about transitions.
Yeah, how's Max doing? That was a big question.
Better, I think better. So I'm trying to normalize the conversation with him, trying to kind of include him in things. Like we're looking at a couple of rentals and like, oh, this one has a basketball hoop. Do you want to see? Like he still won't, he just still doesn't want to see anything. But we're talking about different schools and,
Okay.
it's a lot because it is Friday, June 5th right now. And we need to be out there full time, probably like August 1st and, for lease start. And then his school starts mid-August and luckily Craig can work from here. So it's huge. I mean, it's like the end of an era, end of thinking about life upstate. We're having a lot of conversations about our house,
Not just life upstate, but you also, I mean, you were exploring, you were at one point potentially moving to Berlin. Like there were so many other potential things happening. And now you actually have a definitive destination, next step, next role, which is
yes. And I feel
phenomenal.
I feel very good about it and excited and nervous, but mostly good. Yeah, it's great.
Good.
So that's all of it.
I talked to my sister when I saw her and asked her if she had any memory about when we moved to Seattle, because she was a year younger than me. And she said the same, similar to what I said, where she was like, I don't remember the move. I don't remember being told we were moving, but I remember loving my time there. And she brought up a point. She said, I think, because when we left, we kept our house and my grandparents lived in our house while we were gone. And she said, I think knowing that our house was still there and knowing that there was always a plan for us to come back helped a little bit to kind of rationalize the move, that it was just like, for us, it was always a temporary thing. It was always just a certain amount of time.
And this is like, thing. I don't know, like this doesn't feel temporary, because I think about, I think about it this way, like once I don't see a world where we spend 5 or 6 years in the Bay Area, because this isn't like a 1 year, 2 year thing. Like if I had that mentality, it would be different. Like we're here for a while, and I don't see a world where we move out to the Bay Area for 5, 6, 7 years. Who knows? And then we move back to the East Coast, and then we live full time upstate in Accord, 2.5 hours outside the city. Like we will never live full time in this house ever again until Max is out of school.
Yeah.
And if we did move back to the East Coast, we would likely be in a suburb situation. Who knows? Because of schools and proximity to the city. And then we're still have just this weekend house that and it's, that you're just kind of going back and forth to. So I think that I don't know. So it's been a really hard conversation that we've been having about this home that we've spent so much time like pouring our hearts and
Yeah,
soul
you guys
into
built your
building
dream
it and
home.
everything. And like,
Yeah.
and we love it. But selling this home will unlock opportunity for us to buy there. Like we can't buy in San Francisco and hold on to this. I mean,
Yeah.
we've somehow found a way to find a more expensive city than like
Which is very congratulations.
it is. Thank you. Thank you. I feel so good about that. It's disgusting. I can't even say like numbers out loud because it's embarrassing because it's like people actually pay this. And like I thought I had no shell shock because of New York. I'm not joking. Like our rental options in Marin right now are a $15,000 a month home or like a 4,000 like one bedroom apartment townhome on the 101 close to work. And it's like there's nothing. So
That's wild.
there's no inventory in Marin for a variety of reasons. And it's
That's
like I'm choosing to
wild.
live there for some reason. But like so we don't have a place to live. It's June. I don't know. We have to be there by August 1st. So Jesus take the wheel.
It'll happen.
Yep. Yeah.
The cards will fall into place. That is, I mean,
yeah.
Okay. Well, hopefully
We'll get there.
Hopefully Max will slowly.
The upside is that there are amazing school options. There are really strong public school options that we can send them to, depending on where we land. And there's also an amazing private school that we're in active conversations with that we can get him into that would just be like pretty dreamy. So I feel really good about that. So at the end of the day, that is the most important thing is Max setting up for success. And I think that he'll have some really strong like school options, which is great. So
yeah.
Anyways,
that's the main thing.
Because of all of this, yeah.
I think we've talked about this a lot. We've always said we bought our second house first. The education here where we are is not the best. And like that is a priority. When you start having kids and building a family, that is one of the main things I look at in terms of a home is the schools in the area and what's available for my kids and their education. Because that is a make or break for your kids and their future, the way you parent them and also the education that they're getting. So absolutely take that into consideration. That's huge.
But that has been my headspace. And the only things that I've seen on social have been literally related to Zillow and looking at apartments and condos and homes.
I love
and
Zillow.
The fact that Taylor Swift, it's just, Taylor Swift is in the Toy Story thing. I saw that.
And
I haven't listened to the song though.
She just shared a little snippet of it, but I saw something. She has been very true to form, Taylor Swifting all the whole thing, like the whole promo of this song. So she changed the album cover of 1989, which is her fifth album because it's Toy Story 5. She changed the album cover of 1989. It used to have the seagulls behind her, like a blue background, changed it to clouds to be consistent with the Toy Story clouds.
God, she's so good. She's so good.
The thing she thinks of, we're like, what? Or her team, whoever it is. She made an essential playlist of all of the track 5s from all of her albums. Like,
honestly, genius. I love it. I love it.
She went through Apple Music and capitalized every T and S in the lyrics on Apple Music for obviously Toy Story. Like, what? And then, I don't know if you remember, but like months ago, she had a countdown on her website that was up there for like 10 minutes. And it was very clearly in Toy Story font and a countdown and had the Toy Story clouds behind it, and then took it down really quickly. And at the time, people were like, oh my gosh, we all saw it. There's screenshots. We know it existed. And you can recognize the font and recognize the coloring and the clouds. It's very recognizable Toy Story. And now it's because the song is called I Knew It, You Knew It. It's so people can go back and be like, I knew it when they saw the countdown. Like the things that
honestly,
like,
genius.
The Easter egg thing.
It's genius.
Oh my gosh.
I love it.
It's like a next level for your brain to just work that way. It's impressive. It's very impressive.
I love that you're telling us.
What I learned on social media. So my husband, who I think is one of the smartest people I've ever met, who is incredibly knowledgeable, is the person I go to for anytime I don't know, like, why are bees black and yellow? He'll be like, oh, I can explain that to you. Whatever it is, he's full of information. He has been telling me for probably over a year now and been practicing this, that I should be putting on deodorant before bed instead of in the morning. And I'm like, whatever. Like, that's silly. That makes no sense. But I saw on social media this week a doctor explain why you should put your deodorant on before bed. So now,
tell me more.
Now I'm like, oh, obviously, like, Spencer, why didn't you explain it this way? Okay, so specifically for antiperspirant, and the product I used is an antiperspirant and deodorant. So antiperspirants are usually have aluminum in them, which if you go back, people are, there's like, it causes cancer. It doesn't cause cancer. That's not true. There have been no research to support that. But the aluminum salts that actually work to keep you from sweating, that are the antiperspirants, they plug your sweat ducts is how they work. And it takes them about 6 to 8 hours to do that. And they can't do that if your sweat ducts are actively sweating. Hence, if you put it on before bed while you're sleeping and not actively sweating, if you're not someone like me who is postpartum and has the night sweats all the time and you're just constantly sweating, it gives the aluminum salts time to actually plug your sweat ducts. So when you wake up, the antiperspirant can keep you from perspiring.
But what if I sleep 8 hours a night? I put it on right before, and then I go to sleep, and I wake up with 8 hours later. Have I slept through its window of efficacy?
No, so it takes them 6 to 8 hours to actually plug the ducts.
Oh, okay.
So you would wake up and ready to sweat, and it plugs the ducts for you.
You know?
So apparently there's method to that madness of putting your deodorant on before bed.
I have been on the natural kick. That kind of, I think I don't
Is that
smell.
effective for you?
You know, I'll put it this way. If I am going to like an important like event or moment, I will wear antiperspirant. But just like day to day, I'll bring in the chemicals. Bring them on. Load them in. But I think on a day-to-day basis, I'm using like Tom's from Maine, this deodorant, or just actually I even think I have like not Jenny Kane. Who's the other like all natural skin? I like can't think of anything now. Jenny something. Anyways, I have another one that I've used. Yeah. So
I'm team chemical. I think I use like Dove.
Team chemical? Great.
No, there was something that got me that it was like, it's a specific Dove one, Dove Clinical or something that is specifically for hormonal changes. And I was like, that's me. Sign me up. Like, postpartum pregnant lady, give me the hormonal deodorant. But I also find it so interesting. There's so many times where I will get a whiff of myself and be like, oh my gosh, that's horrible. And I'll ask Spencer to smell me and be like, do you smell it? And he can't smell it at all. And I'm like, what?
Is that a hormone? Is it a hormonal
I think that's a thing where like you smell differently to yourself than other people.
I'm sure.
There are some people who absolutely I can smell. I can smell people. There are some people that shouldn't be using crystals and probably do. Need a little more aluminum salts. Try it before bed. See if it works.
Oh my God.
But there are some times where I get a whiff of myself and Spencer's like, what are you talking about? I don't smell anything. Like, okay. I guess that's just me. But that happened to me during pregnancy too, where I would get a whiff of myself and I'd smell like roasted garlic or something. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like spring onions under here.
It's like
and
old
Spencer's
factory.
like, what are you talking about? No. Like, anyhow.
Remind me about your boat situation. Do you have a boat? I forget about this.
We sold our boat last summer, but we have a marina around the corner where we rent boats if we need them. Because the lake is hopping now. The lake is lively.
Well, I was going to ask you, I need to come in. Like I was texting earlier, I need to book a lake day.
You do. They're all lake days. So whenever you want, come on over.
Well, a sunny lake day. A sunny, I'm already thinking of my bucket list. That's the thing. It's just like, that's why I'm waking up at 4 a.m. is in terms of thinking about.
What are all the things I want to do?
Yes. Well, I just like, my days they're very, very intense. And it's not just because like I'm a workaholic or that's like self-imposed. It's a very intense, busy job where you're always on, and, being responsive and active and moving fast is required and it's rewarded. And it's just like, it's part of the motions, what you gotta do. So like, I don't know. I gotta reset my boundaries, not boundaries, but just like my days a little bit, because I'm like,
you have to make space for yourself to enjoy you and your family, to enjoy your last few
I gotta figure
weeks.
It out somehow.
It's a matter of weeks now.
I can't even.
Which is crazy.
So hard.
I completely forgot to mention this, and I think this is so important to bring up on the heels of my 20th college reunion.
Yes.
I know that there's been so much focus about my college career and my graduation that it probably outshined the other very important 20th reunion that was celebrated all this week.
Oh, let's talk about it. A huge. Thank you.
Everywhere.
Thank you for this. Thank you for bringing this up.
It deserves some attention. So I know
it deserves.
We'll move
so
on
much
from my
attention.
college reunion and on to Friday Night Lights. 20 years later. What a phenomenal show.
It it was the perfect timing because it's like I forgot how much I loved it. Like I've always
It's
loved it,
so
but
good.
like, and I just rewatched it. I think maybe like a year ago. I just did the whole rewatch of all the
Ugh,
seasons. And was on Netflix, and I love him, Coach Taylor. He's in
Kyle
like some
Chandler.
bizarre new like Kyle Chandler.
Yeah.
She's so good. Connie Britton.
Connie Britton. I learned from this reunion, the whole press tour they're doing, that they had a thing where they refused to ever have either of them have an affair. That they wanted their whole storyline to be about partnership and collaboration and being an example of a strong partnership. And neither of them, and they said the writers kept trying to like, someone's going to sway someone. And they were like, no, we refuse to let either of them. And I was like, yeah, I love that. And I remember watching that show originally, and they were just goals. They were such a great, beautiful example of a
but it's
marriage.
also like not like fake goals, or it wasn't like trying to
No,
like
it was so
uphold the
real.
sanctity of marriage no matter what. It was like, no, this is like you go through ups and downs. I don't know. I appreciated their ups and downs.
Yeah.
They fought but like partnership.
They were
each other's
exhausted
biggest
when they got
cheerleaders.
home. Yeah.
So what is I didn't go, because I'm an insane person right now. I didn't go too far down the rabbit hole in terms of like what the deal is for the 20th. Like, are they doing like a docu-series? Is there something that's also coming from
That's
this?
a
Or
good
is it just
question.
like a
Like, why are they
celebration?
doing a press tour? Are they just celebrating it?
Well, I thought that I read on Instagram that they're also doing like a supplementary like documentary on like the making
Great.
of Friday,
I would
like,
love
or
that.
just something else to support the 20th anniversary. Was Taylor Kitsch there? I don't think I saw him.
I don't think he was there, and I don't think Michael B. Jordan was there. But Jesse Plemons was there.
Jesse was there.
So he's another one who's gotten big since then and still made it. But it was, and Kyle and Connie were both there that I saw. But I don't think I saw Taylor.
I know. I need to go back and look. And what about the girl? I'm like can't remember all their names now. Jesse's girlfriend who like loved with the blonde hair, like the hot girl, and he was like the
something with an A.
Like, I don't know if they were all there.
She was there. She was there. She was there. And Amy Teagarden, who was their daughter, who played their daughter, she was there. Yeah. There were, I mean, it was all, because it was such a fantastic cast. So
it's just it's also like a comfort. Like Layla's dad.
Oh yeah.
I saw
Minka
him.
Kelly also wasn't there. I don't remember seeing her.
No, Minka.
I forgot she was on that show.
Was Minka's
Lila.
Was the original quarterback there? I can't.
Yes, he was.
Her first boyfriend.
Jason Street. Yeah.
Jason Street. It's just so good. It's just comfort show like that. And you know what? I also might start to rewatch in all of my spare time. Parenthood.
The number of children that we've made, and I've tried to get Spencer to let me name one Crosby, and he won't do it. I'm like, Crosby Elliott is a fantastic name, and he won't do it. I mean, we're running out of children at this point. But yes, Parenthood is a glorious show. That
was also good. I was like, because like Michael B. Jordan actually was in Parenthood as well. He played the boyfriend of one of the girls. Like,
was
I can't
he?
think of their names. Yeah. I was fed a clip.
He had a little crossover.
Such great shows. I'm in total nostalgia mode. I'm like not watching anything. My guilty pleasure show when I'm in hotel rooms late when I'm traveling is like HGTV's House Hunters, specifically House Hunters International. Always like all seasons of life. I love to see how people live. I love it.
Yeah,
I love to look at houses. I love to look at property. I love to see how dumb I am for living in two of the most expensive places in the world. We still choose to live in New York and San Francisco, but I'm like, oh, look at our money paid for us in Portugal. Look at that. But
that would be fun. Portugal would be fun. Man, I can't imagine. You want to know another thing I saw on social media that threw me a little bit? Another podcast, and I don't even remember what it was, and I don't think it's something I follow. I think it went viral just because of the clip they posted on social media. But they were pushing the morning quickie as the most underrated parenting hack. And I strongly disagree with that. First of all, for many reasons. There's so many parenting hacks that I think are probably better than having sex with your partner really early in the morning. But also, literally the least sexy thing I can think of is morning breath. Well, I also have a crib next to my bed with my infant sleeping next to me. So like that, it did not make sense to me at all. Like it does not compute. It doesn't sound fun to me.
I think you gotta find time and make it work for whenever you can. So,
100%. 100%. Yeah. If that works for you,
I can tell you my mornings are not conducive. I'm like, my life is not conducive. I'll leave it that there. But like,
that's not my ideal time. That's not my ideal time. If it works for some people, fantastic. I love that for you. Not my, I just didn't, I was like, no, that sounds awful. That's not how I want to like.
I was going to
Someone
ask
poking
you.
me in the back. No thanks.
Go to sleep. Go back to sleep. I was going to ask you. You have a backlog of all of your things that you saw from the weeks prior. Is there any good nuggets in there? You have
There's
your
a
long
study in
one
South
looked at.
Korea that found the bacteria in kimchi can remove nanoplastics from your body.
Okay, sign me up.
So eat some kimchi, folks. There's been a study out of Columbia University that precisely edited the DNA of human embryos. So we're the first step into being able to genetically engineer babies. Like I specifically want blonde hair. I specifically want like just very
I don't know. I don't
sci-fi
like
stuff. I
I
didn't
don't
like it either.
that. Yeah.
Neither did China. The Chinese doctor did it, and he said he was doing it to help protect babies from HIV, and 3 babies have been born from his mutated embryos, and they put him in jail for 3 years. So China was like, no, thank you.
Medically, I get medically, but like the vanity pieces, then you're just.
Well, and that's inevitably where it ends up. That's where it goes. It turns into this sci-fi thing of Stepford Wives, and we're all just everyone. Yeah, not a fan. Period blood heals wounds twice as fast as non-period blood.
Okay.
Yep.
How does that
According
work?
to a study from Hudson Institute of Medical Research, plasma from period blood achieved complete wound closure in 24 hours compared to just 40% healing in 24 hours with regular blood. So
I mean, the
when in
power of
doubt,
women,
just
I'm telling
smear
you.
that stuff everywhere.
Great.
You know what? I was talking to someone today who has an IUD, and with their IUD, they've barely had any period. They're done having kids. Their partners had a vasectomy. And I was like, I feel like when you know you're done having children, you should, as a woman, be able to opt out of periods. I don't know what that looks like, but you should be like, no, I'm good. Like, I don't need this feature of the machinery anymore, right? Like, I'm good. I'm done. I no longer need to shed these eggs. We can just turn off the egg production machine.
And so that's why she has the IUD?
The IUD for her has eliminated her periods.
Yeah. I mean, everyone do their own thing. Like, I've been fortunate that that's never been a thing for me. Meaning, like, it doesn't bother me. Like, I'm very fortunate, no, like, endometriosis or any of that. So it's just part of the routine, and it's quick and easy, and it's like not a big deal.
Mine is not quick.
So I'm kind of one of those,
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's really nice. Like if it was just a once a month, that'd be quick and I've got the adult diapers. I've got, and I've got a good system now. I'm on board with it. I'm good. But I wish there was an option when women are done having kids for them to be like, I'm good. I can close up this part.
Yeah. Figure it
but
out.
There's not. Yeah. Right. I've got a lot more of my random little notes here, but I think we should save some. I'll leave with one more.
Okay.
Which is, and I think I mentioned this to you last time, but we didn't actually talk about it when we were recording. Did we talk about the eye caps?
I don't think.
Spiked contact lenses? That Morticians use spiked contact lenses to keep the eyes closed of people after they die. Otherwise, they just flop open.
Wait, just do that again. I got to screenshot you. Just do that. Just do it again.
My eye caps?
It looks like you're kind of flicking me off, but your eye caps are closed. I mean,
that's because they have to. There's spiked contact lenses. Otherwise, they'll just flap open like a loose window shade.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's the thing. So I think that's a good note to leave everyone on. There is a little peeping. There's a little peeper back there.
Yeah. All right, it's all good.
Fun fact, there's been a tiny baby sleeping in the crib behind me this entire time, and he is so cooperative. So,
well, I will see you next week. We're going to keep this going. More to come.
We're back on the weeks. We'll figure it out. We will make the time, we promise, and maybe we'll do one in person if we can figure that out again in July. That did not go well the first time.
Everything new.
We'll try again.
Okay.
Go watch some Friday Night Lights.